I'm Christa Jacobson, headmistress of the Budo Ryu. Today I'm going to make a quick little vlog video and discuss how to track, log, and see your progression through your Ninjutsu and Bujutsu training. Now, if this is one of your first videos that you guys have seen of me, I started the Budo Ryu, which means School of the Warrior Way, back in 2004. The majority of people who look at this particular organization, they tend to focus on the 7 warrior traditions, when that's just an aspect. The Budo Ryu was based off of what we call the Goho no Keiko, or the 5 areas of training. Now, if you guys would like more information regarding the 5 areas of training in Budo Ryu Ninjutsu, please check out our website at www.budoryuninjutsu.com. There you can have all the information you need regarding the history of the school, the different traditions that we teach, and the 5 areas of training. Now, in this video, we're going to discuss how you can track, log, and see your progression through your Ninjutsu and Bujutsu training. Now, this is more than just in the physical realm of push-ups and squats. This is logging your Jikiden, the historical lessons, kata, everything. We're going to discuss how you do that when you're a student of the Budo Ryu. I've already got some things set up, so let me get around there so you guys can see this. If you guys have started through the Budo Ryu and you're in the online Ninjutsu dojo, then you would have already received an email with the Densho sent to you. So before I begin talking with the Densho, let's talk about that, how you become a student. If you're a student here, it branches out into many different areas. Clearly, you could be a student here at the Hanbu Dojo if you live in Kansas City, Kansas. You can call me, come in if we have the room. We'd love to get anybody in that has a good heart and they're willing to learn authentic ninjutsu and classical samurai bujutsu. So if you live in Kansas City, give us a call. We'll get you in for a free trial class. If you don't live in Kansas City, we've had numerous students study with me, and then they open up schools that are connected to the Hanbu outside of Kansas City. So if you would like to know if there's one of our dojos in your area, again, log on to our website at www.budoryuninjutsu.com. There we have a list of our schools. If we have a school in your area, you guys should go in for a free trial class, see if it's something that you like, and then start your training there. If you don't live next to one of our schools or here in Kansas City with me, then we do offer the online Ninjutsu dojo, which that is what we're really going to be discussing a lot here. Now, everything I discuss definitely applies to all the students in all of our schools, Hanbu included. This is something that every student should be doing. But because we have an extensive online Ninjutsu dojo and we have thousands of solitaire practitioners all over the world training in these methods, it's very important that you log your lessons correctly and you have a very good journal to keep everything organized. You know exactly where it's at, because if not, you can't really track your progression. You don't really see the growth of what you're doing as a student. So we're going to approach this particular video today as it's something that we're discussing for the online Ninjutsu students. But I want all of my dojo students to take all this information as well and apply it just the same. So you're interested in online Ninjutsu training, you go to budoryuninjutsu.com, you enroll. Within 24 to 48 hours, you get an email from me, you get everything sent to you, you start your training. Inside the email, you're going to get the Densho. Now, when you get that, it's going to tell you how to create your own Densho. That's what this is here. You're going to want to print out the pages, okay? And when you print out your pages, you're going to put them in these nice little plastic sleeves so that, you know, when you're in the middle of training, you don't sweat all over your pages and get them all messed up, rip them up or anything. So you want to print out your pages, stick them in these nice little plastic sleeves, get them in a nice little 3-ring binder, and this is going to be this obviously is more than just level 1, but you'll get level 1 pages. You do not get the whole Densho sent to you. You get level 1, you get 9th Q sent to you. Once you pass 9th Q and you decide to move on to training to level 2, you will then get level 2 sent to you. But the book itself and the way that we operate is that we don't give you the information until after you pass a certain level. Now, I know that doesn't work for a lot of people. A lot of people just like to scour the internet, and they're what I call martial leeches. They subscribe to all these people. They don't really buy anything from anybody. They don't really dedicate themselves to any way. They just kind of do whatever the hell they feel is right, and they just learn from this person, that person, this person, and then they probably deep down wonder why they're so depressed, why they have no sense of direction, and why they can't answer their own problems in life. you know, and it's because they haven't really learned that. They just continue to, you know, learn as much as they can from everybody, and not really focus on a specific way of enlightenment, a way to make yourself a better person, to push yourself through adversity and train yourself to become a better person. It's easy to walk away when you don't like something and be like, well, I'm going to learn this from this person. I don't like that. I'm going to learn from this person. I'm not going to like that. I'm going to learn from this person. You know, and you can definitely tell the people that do that. It's very obvious as someone who's been in the martial arts community for many years and in the ninjutsu community for many years. It's very clear when you're discussing with topics about people on the internet, those kind of individuals. But if you're a person who is studying Budo Ryu Ninjutsu and you want to specifically study this way, okay, you log on, sign up for level 1, you get it sent to you, you get level 1 pages. You get your 3-ring binder, you put the plastic pages in there, you get all that there. Now, from there, you're then going to want to purchase what we call the Jikiden. Now, Jikiden itself means direct transmission. This book, I'm going to put a link to this book below in the description or in the comment section. This book is going to be a very integral part to all Budo Ryu Ninjutsu students. I don't care whether you guys are a dojo student in the Hanbu, if you're a student that's in a satellite school away from the Hanbu, just one of my students of open schools, or if you guys are solitaire practitioners in our online Ninjutsu dojo. This is going to be a very crucial item for you. Now, I'm going to discuss why in just a second. But first, let's get back to this Densho. So this is the Densho. You join the school, you get your lessons, you go buy yourself a 3-ring binder, you print off the pages, and you see the requirements of what it is that you need to know before you can pass level 1. You start working on the training, you start working on all the different drills, the blocks, the rolls, the kicks, the punches, so on and so forth. I'm going to keep a lot of this stuff kind of generic as I go through this. But you start training. Most students at this point, they want more. They want more than what they just see here. So at this point, once you get this, you should be doing the next step, which is you should then go and get yourself a YouTube account, and they're free. Just get yourself a YouTube account. Subscribe to our channel, and then start hitting the like button on our videos. Give us a thumbs up. And I know that sounds pretty, on one hand, it sounds kind of, you know, give us a thumbs up. I want more likes on my videos. What it does, it shows that your account has given us some support. And again, if you're going to dedicate yourself to the way, if you really want to learn something and dedicate yourself to an organization, to a particular way, you need to show support. So that YouTube channel and giving us the thumbs up, and then typing good comments below. Like, make sure you say, great video, Sensei, I love this, I never thought of it this way, or whatever. It doesn't always have to be the greatest comment in the world, but, you know, get involved in the conversation, and that is really key. So once you have this, you're starting your training, you're going through it, you need to take the next step, and that's get involved. Get a YouTube channel, hit the like button on the videos, make comments. Get involved with the organization. Don't just be this outsider that, you know, has bought something and they're sitting in the corner. Don't do that. Get involved, okay? Now, once you get involved and you get going, you start watching the YouTube videos, and I have hundreds of videos on the YouTube channel for you guys to watch. Watch them in any order you want. I don't care what level you are, whether you're level 1 or whether you're a black belt student here in the Budo Ryu Kai. Watch all of the videos. Submerge yourself in the videos. I want you guys to get as much information from them as you can. As you're watching the videos, this is where this book comes in. It's called the Jikiden. Now, the Jikiden is a blank notebook. This is just a blank notebook, okay? It's a perfectly bound book, and again, Jikiden means direct transmission. When you first open the book up, maybe I'll get a little closer here for you. When you first open this book up, here it is. There it is, the Jikiden, right? And there's the back cover. It always has some, I don't know if you guys can see that, the kanji of Budo Ryu Ninjutsu on it. But this particular book here, when you open it up, it's going to have area of study, volume, and your name and all that good stuff. The reason we have that is because the school itself prides itself on the 5 areas of training, which is going to be the Nanamusha Den, the Gendai Henka Waza, Hojo Ando, Nihon Musha Kyu, and Sesshin Teki Kyoyo. Each one of those 5 areas is going to have information that you need to write down. So as you're watching, my particular videos through the Budo Ryu, you're studying Budo Ryu Ninjutsu, you're going to want these books so you can write all of your Kuden, all the historical lessons. You're going to have one for your 7 traditions, one for, the Hojo and Do, one for Seshi Teki Kyoyo, one for all, and you're going to write it all down so you can keep it right here. And this book is where you're going to log that information. And as you can see, it opens up, gives you kind of a brief history of the school, the 7 traditions that we teach, and then it goes on, and then this are going to be the pages, if you guys can see that. Right? Now the book itself is about $10. And let me get back into the frame here. The book itself is about $10. So, and I know that a lot of times people sit there and they'll think, well, hell, I can buy a regular notebook at Walmart for 99 cents or whatever it is, right? And you're absolutely right. There is no question that this book here, I believe it's like I believe the Jikiden is somewhere around 150 pages, something like that. 150 pages, 120 pages, something like that. I know it's over 100 pages. But, you can get you're going to get a 100-page spiral notebook at Walmart for $1. The majority of people who are in the online Ninjutsu dojo, you guys are watching all my videos, you're getting all these lessons, you're hopefully dedicating yourself to something that's more important than Walmart. More important than some damn spiral notebook. Hopefully, I'm touching the lives of my students, and they would like to give a little bit back. That's the purpose of the book. The book is an opportunity for the students who are studying via online or in any of the dojos, including here in the Hanbu. It's an opportunity for you guys to spend $10 on a book that was designed by me and made for the students to log their information. Now granted, like I said, you guys, can I hear my phone ringing here? You guys could easily go and purchase a spiral notebook, and all that would be, all that would be well and good, and you could still log the information the same, but you're giving that $1 to Walmart. You're giving that $1 to Target. You're giving that $1 to, Mead or whatever company it is that you buy your notebooks from. You could be giving your $1 to an organization, to a person that's seriously taken their time to help you be a better person. Help you with the problems in life and help you study the way of the martial arts, studying ninjutsu. That's what the book is for. Now this book isn't supposed to be a sales ad, but there's no way I can discuss the Jikiden and how to log your lessons and your progression without discussing the book itself and why I made it. Because a lot of people are like, oh great, I'm going to buy a blank book. Okay, I can just go to Walmart and I got to pick up, eggs, milk, and bread. I'll just grab a notebook on the way. You can, but you're not helping the school. You're not helping the organization and people that's trying to help you. And I get it. There's a lot of people in the world that just don't give a shit about anybody. They don't care. They don't. All they care about is themselves. They don't care about extending their hand back. Like I'm making this video now, and I'm telling you right now, 9 out of 10 people that watch this video, they probably logged on to watch this video because they wanted to hear ninjutsu history and tradition from me. They want to learn some really cool ninjutsu and samurai martial arts. But they're not going to buy a book, a DVD, or enroll in the program. Because they're just not going to do that. 9 out of 10 are not going to do that. But for the 10%, right? You guys that are really trying to dedicate yourself to the way, you should give respect and show respect and support the cause of what it is that you're trying to dedicate yourself to. So that's the purpose of the book. So, the book, the Jikiden, will be, there's a description, in the video description there'll be a link to the Jikiden. You guys can purchase it there. I'll also put it in the comment section below. Now, how do you actually log, progress, and see the training? This is going to be the next part and the most important part about this video. So we're going to go with, you already have the book. When you start logging all of your training, you need to put the date. Put in the date and say, this is what I did today. You put in, maybe you're working on ukewaza, maybe you're working on rolls, maybe you're working on whatever. You log down what you did, you send your review videos into me, I get the review, I send you back a review video, and you should write down, because again, Jikiden, the word, this kanji right here, right? Jikiden, it means direct transmission. You should then write down in that book on this day, whatever, Sensei, Christa, or Soke, Anshu, or Anshu, Christa, Jacob, whatever word you use. For me, you just put, Sensei said I need to do this. I am making review videos for everyone who sends me review videos. I set the camera up, usually right there, and I'm standing over here, and I go through everything I can to help them be better martial artists. So when you get those review videos, you need to get your book out, you need to write down, she said to do this, that she told me I need to do this, she told me I need to do this, and you're writing it down. Then you're watching the YouTube videos, you're hitting the like button, you're making comments, you're getting involved in the community, and then you're writing down the information along with your training. So you can go back and remember, when I was in 9th Q, I did this, she told me I worked on this, I did this, I watched these videos, I learned this, and you get this, it's like a diary of training. And that's very crucial so that when you go back, you can always remember what it was that you did with your training. For me, as I came up through training as an apprentice, I did that later on in my training where I was like, every time I saw Sensei, I was writing stuff down. And I am so glad that I did. Because now I get to share that with my students. They come into the annual Daikomyo-sai and I get to show them these old notes of when me and Sensei was training together and all these things, and they're just great, wonderful experiences, and it's something wonderful to have. And when you do that and you date it and you write it down and Sensei said this, you can then take that and then share that with your kids or your grandkids. And that's the beauty of it, is that you have it in written word. You can log it, you can say, okay, I was running when I was at 9th Q level, I was doing a 1 mile run 3 times a week. You guys know I think you guys should be doing cardio 3 times a week at the minimum. You go for your 1 mile run. I was doing it 12 minutes, and then at 8th Q I was getting down to 11 minutes. And then when I got to 7th Q I was doing a 10-minute mile 3 times a week. And you get to see your progression from a cardiovascular perspective. You look at your bag work, I was doing these bag drills, and then I started adding footwork, and then I started adding more power, then we started adding, more tai sabaki and ashwaza and all these kind of things. You start logging and you can see the progression. And then when you go back, if you ever had to train a grandkid, you could say, this is what I did. This is what we're doing here. And you can use that as that fundamental base of how you can take that and then share that with the next generation. That is the most beautiful gift you can give anybody, is experience. That is the most beautiful thing ever. The lessons that we learn in life the most, the ones that we cherish the most, are the ones where someone gave you something special and intimate from heart to heart. And that right there, that what we call mouth to ear, right? That's Jikiden. That's direct transmission. That's where you're hearing the words of the teacher, and how did that touch you in your heart? How did you understand that lesson? And you write it down. And then you share that again and again until that experience becomes an art form in the way that you move, and then it becomes it's more than just knowledge, it's wisdom. And then you share that with the next generation, whether it's your kids or your grandkids. So let me get back on the other side of this box here. What I have here is the Densho. You join the online dojo, you get the Densho, you print out the pages, you put them in your binder, you start training all the skills, you get the idea that you want more. So then you get a YouTube account, you start hitting the like button, making good comments, asking questions, it's always great, right? And you're getting involved. You follow the Facebook page, you get involved, you hit the like button, you're sharing the post, you're typing in the comment section. Those are always great things. Then you get the Jikiden book, you buy the Jikiden book, and then you start writing down all the lessons that happen that are specifically for you, the review videos that I send you back, the YouTube videos that touched your heart, the lessons when you're outside with nature and you were meditating and you had deep contemplation about maybe something that was in the curriculum or something that I told you to train on, and you decide to write it down and get it in the Jikiden book and date it. You put in all your workouts. Maybe you guys are working on your cardiovascular, your strength training. Some people are more into strength training, so maybe they're trying to get their core lifts up, which is bench press and deadlift and power clean, and they're writing down, maybe they're doing singles or triples and how much weight they're doing and what they're doing to go up, and they log that with their martial art. That is part of the way, that's part of your way. That's the beauty of the Budo Ryu, unlike most martial arts where they say, this is what it is. All we're doing is, this is what you need to do to add to it's your way. We're giving you the information and the training to help you be a better person. We encourage individuality. We don't expect the individuals to just form to a specific line, okay? Here we're encouraging individuality. So then you get the Jikiden book and you're writing all that stuff down and you're getting it going, and then you figure out, you're like, okay, we need to take it one step further. So once you pass your level 1, you get sent a patch in the mail, and that's an important aspect, because then you can put the patch right over your heart. That's where it goes. And there's a big lesson to why the patch is what it is, and so on and so forth. There's a philosophical reason why the patch is designed the way that it is, and you get that lesson. At that point, you're probably going to want to branch out even more and get more deeper information. So we have other books, like here I just grabbed one of the books that we have. This one, just because it's the same size as this, and I'm trying to get some uniform here in the video, but this one's called the Kage no Sho, or the Book of Shadows. And what this is it's a handwritten journal that I wrote on all the most important aspects and philosophies of each of the 5 areas of our training, of the Budo Ryu Goho no Keiko. So that's what the Book of Shadows is. So then you start branching out and you start getting more books and you start adding them to your Ninjutsu library, and then from there maybe you get our DVDs, and I'll make another video regarding the digital Densho. That's something that people ask me about a lot, is how do we create the digital Densho and keep our lessons from a video perspective. I'll make that video later. Another video that I'm going to make is how you can actually create and make an altar, the Budo Ryu training altar. That's important. And we have 2. We have one altar that the dojo, if you have a dojo, you should have a specific altar. And then we have another one where if you're just a student inside a home and you don't have a lot of space, but you want to show respect to the traditions and respect to the school, we have that as well. And I'll make a video on that, on how what the Budo Ryu altar is. But this book is how you can log your training, give respect to the school, and stay focused on what it is that you're doing. And that's what this is all about. It's starting the program, getting involved, showing respect to the school, logging your progression, and then looking at it. I mean, because if you write it down in these books, the great thing about this book here, it's not a spiral notebook. You're not just going to rip the pages out of this thing. So once you put anything down in this book, it's there. You're just going to have to live with it. So when you write down an example, November 20th, I ran on the treadmill for 30 minutes and I did 3 miles or something like that, and I guess that's more of a power walk, because that'd be, or power walk jog, because it's 10-minute miles or something like that, I guess it all depends on people's own physical fitness levels, but you write that down. When you go back, you see that, and that's going to be there. This book also, the great thing about the book, as opposed to a spiral notebook, is if you guys truly are recording your training and your diet. A lot of people are trying to lose weight. You can put your diet in here with your training, use this as a nutritional journal as well. It's not a spiral. And what I mean by that is you could take this and stick it right on the bookshelf, and it's going to align with all your other books that you have on the shelf. Where a spiral notebook, if you ever try to stick a spiral notebook on there, you can't stick it on there because of the spiral itself. So the great thing about the Jikiden, not only are you giving respect back to the school and help supporting the school, but it's an easier storage with all your other library of Ninjutsu books, whether they're my books or anybody else's books, which that gets into another video that I'm going to discuss. What books do I think people should buy outside of mine? Of course, I think every student should have all of my books. I mean, if they're studying the Budo Ryu and Budo Ryu Ninjutsu, they should have my books, right? But the question is, what other books do I feel that they should study from, or what I think they should buy, and so on and so forth? And I think that's a very good question, and I'll make that into another video as well, of books that I think are important that the students of the Budo Ryu should try to attain if they have the money to do so. But first and foremost, I do think that the students need to have, if you're going to be studying with the Budo Ryu and Budo Ryu Ninjutsu, you need to have our books and the ones that we're putting out there first, and everything else would be secondary, okay? And I think anybody of any organization would say that. It doesn't matter what karate organization, they would say get our books first, and then this is what you can do second. So me saying that isn't any different than anybody else, okay? I just think that that's an important aspect. But I definitely do agree that people need to buy books outside of the organization. I think I'm kind of one of those people where I think it's a little, I don't want to say brainwashing, but when you have organizations that say, no, you can only read our books, you can't read anybody else's books, you can't watch anybody else's stuff, you can't, I'm definitely against that. I'm all for people viewing stuff from other people, reading stuff from other people. I think that's a great way to open your mind and see how different things can be applied different ways. I think that's great. But I think there's a limit to that too, because you don't want to go so far that it negates what it is that you're trying to accomplish within your particular training and your particular craft. And that's where I mean, where you get these people that they like to absorb knowledge as a way of seeing the depth and the complexity of something. But then you got people that take it too far, and that's what I mean by martial leeches. They just take in everything, and they have no skill, they're not in shape, they're overweight, they couldn't fight themselves out of a wet pepper bag. They have absolutely zero skill in the martial arts, but they can tell you everything from A to B on all this other stuff. I think that's where it's gone a little too far, right? So, don't be one of them. So, anyway. I'm not editing this video, so I know I've probably rambled on more than what I should. But this video, I'm going to wrap it up. This video is to discuss how you can log, train, and see your progression in Budo Ryu Ninjutsu. And this is how you're going to do it. You're going to get the densho, you're going to put that in your threading binder, you're going to get the plastic pages so you don't sweat all over it, you're going to log all of the information that you need, you're going to get your Jikiden, you're going to write it down, your diet, your exercise, the kuden you get from me, everything. You're going to expand and get as much as you can, and you're going to be better than just those students that only want to learn what's on this page. Don't get me wrong, just like any other martial art organization, you're going to have students that only do the page. If it's on the page, I'll do it. If it's not on the page, I'm not going to do it. Well, okay, then it's up to you. At this point right now, it's up to you. Are you going to be the bare minimum student? Are you going to be the student that I'm going to do this page and nothing else? I don't care about skills. I don't care about lifting the weights and getting strong and recording my strength training and recording my cardiovascular training and watching my diet or my supplements that I take. I'm not going to worry about the things that are outside of this page. I'm not going to worry about a YouTube channel and see the different kuden that she talks about, or the historical lessons from outside sources such as the Bansen Shukai or things like that. You're not going to, if you're going to be that student, okay, then be that student. That's that. But just know that if you're that student, you are the fucking bare minimum student. Minimum. Because anybody good, anybody who's truly wanted to dedicate themselves and be great would do more than the minimum. They would expand more than the minimum. So, anyway, this is the video that I want to discuss with all of you guys. If you're interested in authentic ninjutsu and classical samurai bujutsu, please check out our website at www.budoryuninjutsu.com. There you can see, like I said, the history and tradition of our schools, the 7 traditions, the 5 areas of training. We also have advertisements there for the online ninjutsu dojo if you guys are interested in training with us. So again, thank you very much for all of your love and support. I deeply appreciate it. Until next time, take care, be safe, and good luck in your journey.